Welcome to New England Haunter. My name is Jamie. Today's video is not going to be a tutorial or a build video. I was recently going through some old hard drives and I came across some footage and pictures of some really old props that I had here at my house in my display back in the day. You guys have definitely never seen these on the channel before. Most of them have been repurposed into newer props that you may have seen. Some I just got rid of at the time, and I have one or two animatronics that I was trying to build that I'm calling epic fails. So stick around, calling this one New England Haunters past prop builds and epic fails. Let's do this.
Step right up, come on in, join the show, it's about to begin.
I'm going to start with this prop first. This is kind of near and dear to my heart. I first bought my house in 2005, and my daughter really wanted to do some really cool Halloween stuff. So we purchased this at Party City. I don't know if you guys remember when Party City used to be awesome. Of course, when it used to be open too. But we didn't have a Spirit here at the time. It was just Party City. So my daughter picked this out. And what I did with this prop, I got it home, and I don't know what made me think of doing this, but I took two pieces of fishing line and I attached them to both sides of the head, and I hung them in my front door. So it, as it hangs, it can still turn a little bit, but being that there's two strings, it would sort of keep it in place. I left my interior door open and I left my storm door closed. Lights off. And I had an oscillating fan hidden kind of off at the side where onlookers could not see. And I also had a strobe light that I put on the floor that it wasn't just a regular strobe, it was the black light type of a strobe. Being that the ghost was mainly white, it looked like it was glowing with that. And man, the effect of that, because as it was moving, you had this choppy, like the hair would blow. It looked amazing. I got so many people that loved that prop. After about the third year, I just felt that it ran its course, and I decided to stop using it, at least in that way. I repurposed it, and sometimes I would have it upstairs in a window, not with the whole ghost effect, but maybe just kind of lit up. And then it eventually made its way, kind of like how you see in the picture there, just sort of hanging in the front yard. And during those few years when I had the ghost, I started purchasing just store-bought tombstones. I eventually got to a point where I think I bought a skeleton, opposable skeleton that just kind of sat out against the tree that I had there at the time. No fence. It was a very small setup, but it felt really good. I was definitely bitten by the Halloween haunter bug at that point. So after that prop, I ended up building a grave popper. Now this was way before I realized there was any type of a haunt community on YouTube. So I built the grave popper just on my own. I came up with a way to do it with a reindeer motor. It looked pretty good. It originally was built with this mask that you see in the picture. And actually the picture here was, I think, the second time that I sort of revamped the whole thing. I did a larger tombstone. I added the hands on there as well. And if you guys follow my channel, you know that I still have a grave popper that I think the only pieces left off that, because just about everything's been replaced, is probably the 2x4 wood frame and possibly maybe the PVC pipe that I have to get the movement. So the grave popper is one that I've just kind of always kept around. It's kind of a staple. I've had it for a good amount of years. If you guys follow my channel, you know what it looks like now. It has actually, this picture here is a static prop that I made somewhere along those lines of that 2007, maybe 10 area. And that mask is now and has been the grave popper mask. So I don't know, maybe we'll change that this year as well. Another prop that I built, and man, I thought I was so smart doing this at the time, is this Reaper. And actually, that is the same mask that I had on the grave popper. I was pretty proud of this. It's moving with the guts of an oscillating fan. I know it's been done at this point, but again, I didn't know of any tutorials on YouTube or anything at the time. I thought I was a genius for coming up with this idea. The inside was built with a metal tripod that I had for a music, like a big PA speaker. So it was a tripod on the inside, and if I remember correctly, I just taped a piece of PVC tubing across the top and had arms that I made. I had a lot of issues with wind knocking it over and its robe getting blown up, and you could see the tripod and things like that underneath. So yeah, I eventually replaced that with a larger Reaper that that I got from the at-home store on clearance a few years later. It's like the 7-foot tall one. You see that in the back of my haunt now. So onto the coffin knocker. This is something that brings back fond memories from when I was a kid. We went to a house, I remember being so little, and Halloween night we're trick-or-treating, and there was a coffin kind of sitting up against the steps that you know, you had to walk right up next to it to get the candy, and right when you got to it, the door would go boom, 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 boom. It blew my mind. Of course, it scared the crap out of me as a kid, but it blew my mind thinking about what could be inside that coffin. Was it a person in there? Was it a monster? Was it some type of a dummy mannequin that was going to come out? I thought it was amazing. So I actually built one. And at this point in time, I did find the haunt community on YouTube, and I was so blown out of the water that there were so many great channels of people doing this type of stuff. I would go down rabbit holes till 3 o'clock in the morning for days and weeks, and I had playlists and you know, for ideas set up. It was great. This particular build, I didn't have like a single video that I can share with you, but I kind of took different versions of ideas that I liked, and this is what it looked like in the end. I was very happy with this build. It's still to this day, it was probably one of the best things, in my opinion, that I built. I had a Peekaboo AC Fright Props controller that was inside there that I used to animate it. Now, a lot of the typical classic coffin knocker builds, after, you know, 3 seconds, it just is repetitive. You get that mechanical kind of motor feel. The way I had it set up, it was kind of, it had a mind of its own, and you hear screaming. It had an ambient mode that when it wasn't doing that, it sounded like it was a zombie trying to get out. I think there I have a strobe light in it, and one year I even put like a fogger inside, so that was coming. It was really awesome, but again, it ran its course. So after 3 years or so, I just decided to repurpose that. And if you guys follow my videos, you know that I ended up turning that into my coffin ripper prop that is used today, and the guts from the original build version went to this next prop. I named her Norma. I was very proud of this prop at the time. She was a standing skeleton. This was triggered by a sensor. I used that same Peekaboo controller, and I did have a light on it as well. Really cool prop. And then I turned that into Steve the Zombie after that, which you guys have seen in last year's haunt updates. So, and I'm going to be repurposing all of those pieces again for another jump scare for this year's. Now, this is a prop that I was very proud of as well. I got this idea from Roxbury Haunted Manor. He has a ton of these on his channel. I'm going to link him in the description below. He's got tons of great stuff. This build in particular, he called the Weeping Woman, Levitating Ghost. Again, I will link that specific video in the description below. And it worked on a lever system. Actually, it was a 2-bar lever that works this way, and it had counterweights connected to it. So basically, he would have the ghost here, you know, on the end, and as it would go up and down, this thing would go like 13. I think I had mine up to 16 feet up in the air. All run by a 12-volt wiper motor. The thing, it really is an easy build, but you got to do it the right way. I did a kind of a cheap version of it. I used some aluminum stock for the long bar, and I didn't use the 2-bar system like he has. I used a single bar, and it got difficult in the wind. I used it for a good I think 2 years. In the third year, I just made it like static, so it was just sitting there. But yeah, man, I had a lot of people ask me how that works. They had no idea if it was on strings. At nighttime, it's a killer setup. Definitely check out his channel below, man. It's really awesome. So here's an epic fail. If you look in the background, way up in the corner there, you're gonna see something that looks like a cross. And what that is, or what that was I had an idea, and I thought it was going to be so great that it was going to look like a levitating ghost, and there was going to be a fan involved. I'm not giving up on it. I still think I can do this build, but I made that ghost out of I don't even know, I think it was creepy cloth and one of my at-home skulls that I had corpsed, and it, up close, looked pretty good. It had arms. It was kind of in this position, and it was going to look like it was levitating. horrendous. It looks so bad. So yeah, that one I definitely had to scrap. I ended up ripping it apart. I wish I had closer shot, you know, photos or video of it. That one I do not. But yeah, that was pretty bad for sure. So here is probably the worst thing I've ever attempted to make in my entire life. I had this grand idea that I was going to use one of those great big vase urns that you see in cemeteries. You see them used for gardening and stuff like that too. But I was going to have that, and I was going to have a skeleton, opposable skeleton, kind of kneeling down, holding onto it. And it was going to be connected with a sensor and everything. So what was going to happen was the wiper motor was going to activate and light would come on just like my other scare props were doing. And it was just going to kind of, you know, shake, do one of these, and it would have looked awesome. So check this out. I just couldn't get it past looking like a hula dancer. No matter what I did, man, I worked on that thing night after night in the summer, and I just remember it being so humid and I was so sweaty and mosquitoes, and I just could not get that to look how I wanted it to look. And I sent that video to a friend of mine at work, and he called it, he replied with, LOL, that's a great dancing skeleton. And I was like, oh, he totally wrecked it for me. So guys, I do things that suck all the time. You just don't see that, you know. Give things a try though. Sometimes things turn out awesome that you least expect. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. If I come across more videos and pictures, because I know I have more stuff, I'll definitely share them with you if you're into this type of thing. See you guys in the next video. Take care. Stay safe.